Hello farm members, I'm especially happy to welcome new members who have joined us since Memorial Day. Welcome to my farm kitchen. We remodeled it this winter and I'm really excited that I can do videos in it now. Not everything is finished, but I'm really happy with especially this corner and that I can do the videos in here for you. I really like to show you the vegetables, especially things that are new and that you might not have as much experience with. And so one of the first things that you might have seen on the list options of things you could get are garlic scapes. And if you didn't know what they are the top stem of the garlic that's growing under the ground. And they have a nice mild garlicky zesty flavor. So we don't want to keep these on the plant, so we cut them off so that the garlic bulb will grow. And they're really nice to use in your spring cooking. And the blog post will show you more ways of doing that, ways of cutting it. But I do want to encourage you, this is only something that is cut and harvested once a year while we're waiting for the garlic bulb to grow underground. So grab some and experiment with them. They're really yummy and delicious. The herbs that you had options of getting this week were spearmint. This just grows on the banks of our farm and it's a great ground cover and it's so fresh, has a strong mint flavor. Use it for mint tea, chop it into a tabbouleh salad. Dill is so fun to use, adding to your salads, using with your tomatoes that are coming out of the local greenhouse near Kutztown. We're really excited to have these in June. They are such wonderful additions to the spring salads. I'm excited to make tabbouleh, and I love to share that recipe with you, a spring tabbouleh, to use a lot of these vegetables. And of course, parsley goes in that Mediterranean Arab Eastern salad. So chop this up really fine and add it to those salads or anything else that you love parsley in, or use it as a garnish. The herbs are so healthy for you. They pack a lot of vitamins and minerals in them. So definitely use them raw and in your cooking to elevate the nutrition that you're getting from all the vegetables and farm foods that you are enjoying. Now, this is kohlrabi. If you've never seen it before, so it looks kind of alien-ish with all these stems growing up. It's kind of a root vegetable that grows just above the ground. So the leaves you can use kind of like collard greens, which you'll see are very similar. Collards are a variety of this same family of plants where the leaves are grown primarily, whereas this kohlrabi is more of a cabbagey root with these small collard-like leaves. This will have tough spots around at each of these joints, so I like to take a nice sharp paring knife and trim all those edges. I don't necessarily peel every part of green off of this. It's a milder, more white green inside. But people do love using these in stir fries, love eating them raw, even with peanut butter or salt. They can be chopped up and used on a veggie plate. That's an interesting thing to try new for you. Salt and pepper or peanut butter. Maybe you can get your kids to eat it as a snack. These are portobello mushrooms. They're really the same mushroom as the small cremini, but because of their size, they are used differently. Like you can use them for a burger instead of meat in your bun. You'll just want to trim the tough ends off if you're going to use the stem. Most of the time the stem is just broken off of these and discard it, or you could use it in a broth and then discard it. And then these spines will change the color of whatever you're cooking, if you're cooking mushrooms in a broth or in a sauce or something. So just take a spoon and kind of dig these out in order to retain more of like a white mushroom color in the dish. Unless you don't want to go through the trouble, which sometimes I don't, and I don't really care if it turns dark brown or gray. I just am getting a meal on the table and then I'll skip that, but that's up to you. Of course, this is probably I don't know, sometimes I say this is the last of the strawberries or the last of something, and then I see them in my box next time. But do enjoy these. Maybe you would want to cut up some rhubarb and make a strawberry rhubarb sauce or a strawberry rhubarb jam to eat. Rhubarb is the stem of a plant that grows native here in the spring. You'll just want to maybe trim off the edges. I just chop it up. It breaks down when you boil it. So just put a little bit of water, simmer on the stove, and it breaks down into this nice sauce. It is sour, so you'll want to add a natural sugar. Maple syrup works really well. Sucanat, honey, anything to get the unique nutrients of this and into your bodies without adding tons of bad sugars to your diet. Let's see what else we have. Oh, I'm so super excited that we have summer squash coming out of the field. We'll have lots and lots of weeks of summer squash this summer, but this is the earliest that we've ever had them, pretty much because we've had a perfect growing season this spring. So that's been really fun to see. This is Napa cabbage, and one of the first ways that I use it in the spring is in a coleslaw. We love coleslaw. It's such a simple salad, and I just chop it from here all the way down to here, maybe with some of these big leaves. I'll chop it thin so it's kind of like shredded. And I've got a little visitor. She might be coming into my video. Hi. And just use your favorite coleslaw dressing, and I hope that we'll be including that in the blog post that goes along with this video as well. And and really there's lots of ideas, and you'll see those in the blog post. This is Swiss chard. This variety has the nice red stems. I always cook the chard stems separately from the leaves because they take longer to cook. And I do always cook my Swiss chard because it does have a bitter flavor. So just a light saute until that bitter flavor is gone is all that it needs. And I am gonna lift up the camera and bring it closer over to this corner because I wanted to show you that I'm making butter and kefir here. And I thought you might enjoy a close-up of that. This is milk from this morning, and I can already see that the cream is rising to the top. As we use it today, we're just going to stir that cream back in. But if you wanted to make butter with your milk, you would want to, if it's in a jug, it's easier to handle if you pour it into a pot or a jar with a wider lid so that you can ladle out just the top layer of it and get your cream separated. And let me show you the mixer. So I just use my stand mixer and I fill the bowl about halfway, or maybe not quite halfway, with just the cream, and then I turn it on high with the French whip blade so that it's whipping that cream really fast and getting the air into it like this for, right now it's in the stage of whipped cream. It's nice and thick, and you can see that. And as it, if you've ever made whipped cream and whipped it too long, you know that it stays at this stage and then it starts breaking down. And then the cream breaks into the butter fat and the buttermilk. The butter fat particles come together and stick together, and then you can simply drain off the buttermilk, keep it for baking, and then go through the process of rinsing the buttermilk out, washing the butter, salting it, and then squeezing all the remaining water out. Read some good information about making butter for that process, but enjoy it. And the fun part is definitely mixing it and seeing it in all the different stages, and tasting it, the fresh cream in all the different stages, and then enjoying your own homemade butter. This is one way of making it. There are many. This is the way that works the best for my family. And here is a close-up of the milk. I don't know if you can tell on the video that it has a little bit of a yellowish tinge to the top. That's the buttermilk in the cream, just adding that color to it. There's a little bit of a line starting here. And then this is my kefir jar. We make about this much every day. We take out, we've already taken out the thickened kefir and added new milk to this. And this, over the next 24 hours, the grains in here you can see, I won't be able to get close enough. You might be able to see these dots here. Those are the kefir grains that are pushing against the side. And they're just kind of globules that sit in the jar. This will sit on the counter all day. It'll be nice and thick. Tomorrow morning, when we strain out the thickened kefir and then put the kefir grains back into the jar and refill it with milk. Kefir has even more probiotic cultures in it than your yogurt. You make it without any heat, without any process, without anything at all. You just have your jar, your milk, and your kefir grains. And if you're interested in getting kefir grains from me, just send me email or a private message, and we can meet up at the farm store sometime, and I'll sell you a few to get you started, because I have plenty of extra. They do grow as you use them, as you feed them. Feed them the milk and use them. That's how that symbiotic process works. So I hope that this was a valuable information for you. I'll try to be doing videos on a regular basis and sending them out to you. And I just want you to enjoy and get the most out of the food that comes in your market box every week, so that you can enjoy a healthy way of life. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye.